All right, let me just level with you for a second. The loudest person in the room, the one trying to talk over everyone else, they are not the most powerful. Nope. The person everyone is actually watching, the one with a real influence, is the one who stays weirdly, almost eerily calm while everything around them is on fire. So let's dive into how you become that person.
Look, we're all taught to be nice, but let's be honest. Being nice often just gets you overlooked. But being calm, genuinely, unshakably calm, that gets you respect. It's a totally different kind of power. It's this unsettling composure that makes other people second-guess themselves, not you. It just kind of messes with their brain, and they can't figure you out.
Because that's the real game, isn't it? It has nothing to do with manipulation or trying to force things. So think of this as your playbook. We're going to break down, level by level, the secrets to forging that kind of unshakable inner core. So secret number 1 isn't some complex psychological theory you have to study for weeks. It's a physical hack, something you can use literally right now. In fact, it's a technique that special forces operators use to keep their cool when things get, well, really intense. And it's almost ridiculously simple. It's called the 4-7-8 method. You just breathe in through your nose for a slow count of 4, then you hold it for a count of 7, and then you exhale slowly, really slowly, through your mouth for a full 8 seconds. That is it. So simple, but so incredibly powerful. So what is actually happening inside you when you do that? Well, you're basically hacking your own nervous system. That specific breathing pattern, the 4-7-8, it activates something called the vagus nerve, which is like the master switch for your body's relaxation response. It sends an instant signal to your whole system to just calm down. Your heart rate drops, your body stops pumping out stress hormones, and you physically can't stay in a state of panic. You've literally just hit your own biological reset button. Okay, so that handles the body. That's the physical part. Now we gotta get your mind on board. And for that, we're going way back to a piece of ancient wisdom that guys like the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius used to run an entire empire without completely losing his mind. He and the other Stoics, they lived by this one core idea. It's called the dichotomy of control. And honestly, it's the simplest, most effective operating system for your brain you'll ever find. You just separate everything, and I mean everything in your life, into 2 simple buckets. Things you can control and things you can't. Just look at this. In your control, you have your thoughts, your actions, and this is the big one, your responses. That's the whole list. Everything else, what other people think of you, whether you get the promotion, the traffic, all of that is in the not in your control column. Now, most people waste almost all their energy stressing about that second column. The second you decide to stop fighting battles you are never going to win anyway, you free up all that energy and power for the things that actually matter. All right, body is calm, mind is focused. Now it's time to take that internal state and project it outward, especially when you're dealing with other people. This is all about using nonverbal cues to command a room. Here's a little tool for you. I call it the 3-second rule. The next time you're talking to someone and they ask you a question or finish making a point, I want you to just wait. Mentally count to 3 before you even think about opening your mouth. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna feel a little weird at first, maybe even awkward. Good. That awkwardness is your new secret weapon. See, that little pause does 3 amazing things. First, people get uncomfortable with silence, so they'll rush to fill it, and a lot of times they end up revealing what they're really thinking. Second, it shows that you are completely comfortable in your own skin. You don't feel the need to just make noise. And third, because you're not talking all the time, when you finally do speak, your words land with so much more impact. And this idea applies to your body too. Think about a predator, like a lion. They don't fidget. They don't pace around nervously. They are perfectly still until it's time to act. True authority is all about economy of movement. So stop bouncing your leg. Stop clicking your pen. Keep your hands calm and visible. It signals absolute control, and believe it or not, it makes you seem way more formidable because you're not giving away any nervous energy. Now, these are all great techniques, but we don't just want a collection of tricks. We want this to become who you are. So this level is all about taking these practices and turning them into your default setting by literally rewiring your brain. And here's the beautiful secret to making it happen. Your brain actually can't tell the difference between you performing confidence and you feeling confident. It's this amazing process called neuroplasticity. When you consistently act calm and composed, you physically change your brain structure. You are literally building a new, calmer you from the inside out. And this is real science. They can actually measure these changes in the brain. After just 2 weeks of practicing this stuff, you'll start to feel a change inside. After about 4 weeks, other people will start to notice. They'll comment on your calm presence. And get this, after 8 weeks, the logical part of your brain has actually grown stronger, while your brain's little panic button, the amygdala, has physically shrunk. So how do you make it stick? You just need a simple, consistent daily practice. Find 20 minutes every single morning. Start with 5 minutes of that 4-7-8 breathing to get your body right. Then 5 minutes of just standing in a power posture, feeling still and solid. And finally, 10 minutes just visualizing yourself moving through your day, handling any challenge with total composure. You're basically rehearsing success before your day even starts. All right, it's time for the last piece of the puzzle. This is the really advanced stuff. And honestly, it's gonna sound like it contradicts everything we've just talked about. This is what separates people who are just good at controlling their emotions from those who are truly powerful. See, all this calm we've been building, it isn't meant to be some suit of armor that you hide inside. That's not the point. It's leverage. Once you've established yourself as the person who is always composed, the rare moment that you choose to show genuine emotion, that moment has incredible power. Just think about it. When the person who is always calm and collected finally gets passionate about something, or angry or excited, everyone in the room stops and leans in. They listen. This isn't about being fake. It's about being strategically authentic. You don't waste your emotional energy on little things, so when you do choose to use it, it hits like a tidal wave. You become more influential, not less, because people know your emotions are reserved for what truly matters. So in the end, you have the tools to become the thermostat in any room you walk into. You can lower the temperature, you can bring clarity to chaos, and you can lead with stability, not with force. So the only real question left is, how are you going to use that power? Hey, if this breakdown gave you some value, do me a favor and hit that like button, and definitely subscribe to The Wise Cut for more explainers just like this one. And I really want to know, what's the one situation that always, without fail, makes you lose your composure? Drop it in the comments below. Let's talk about it.